Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Millionaires, your daily hotspot for everything XRP. I'm Harry, and it's Wednesday, April 16th, 2025. If you're an XRP holder, a crypto enthusiast, or just searching for those millionaire opportunities, you'll definitely want to stick around, because today's XRP news could push the market in a whole new direction. Let's jump right in with the top headline dominating the XRP ecosystem. A potential SEC vote to finally dismiss the long-running case against Ripple is looming, and multiple XRP ETF application deadlines are fast approaching. All of this is playing out as XRP battles crucial price levels after its recent volatility. First, let's talk price action. XRP bounced back impressively after last week's turmoil triggered by global trade tensions and tariffs, rebounding over 32% from the lows around $1.61 to trade just above $2.10 earlier this week. That restored some bullish energy, but as analysts point out, the asset is still at a crossroads. Technical experts, like the respected XRP Crypto, caution that XRP's next big move hinges on closing decisively above the $2.30 to $2.50 range. So far, we haven't seen that break, and according to XRP's analysis, XRP might face another pullback, potentially all the way back to the $1.85 support level, or even as low as $1.40 in a worst-case scenario if a sharp liquidation event occurs. The last time XRP hit $1.85, it staged a quick 14% rebound, so all eyes are watching this line closely. But why all this volatility now? The answer lies partly in the bigger regulatory picture and shifting macroeconomic winds. We've just seen a significant development in the Ripple SEC saga. President Trump's new SEC chair nominee, Paul Atkins, was confirmed by the Senate on April 9th. Atkins has a reputation for being crypto-friendly, and already Ripple and the SEC have filed a joint request to pause the imminent appeal. With Atkins set to be sworn in any day now, insiders suggest the vote to dismiss the case could be delayed only until he officially assumes his role, a move that could end one of crypto's biggest legal standoffs. What could this mean for XRP? With a regulatory cloud potentially clearing, institutional interest is ramping up, especially around exchange-traded funds. The big news here? Deadlines for several XRP ETF applications are coming up fast, with the SEC required to respond to Grayscale's spot XRP ETF filing by May 22nd. Analysts note that XRP's market depth and U.S. trading volume have surged, putting it ahead of other tokens like Solana in the ETF approval race. The recent launch of a 2x XRP ETF by Teucrium, which tracks European ETPs and swap agreements, was Teucrium's most successful debut yet, racking up over 5 million in day one volume. Industry experts believe the gap between a futures-based XRP ETF and a spot ETF may be much shorter than what we saw with Bitcoin. ProShares, which launched the very first futures-based Bitcoin ETF, is targeting April 30th for their XRP futures-based ETF launch, a strong indication that institutions are preparing for major moves in the XRP space. Notably, market analysts and even some polymarket bettors believe a spot XRP ETF might be approved as soon as this year. Let's take a step back and look at the charts. On the technical side, XRP's current rally is supported by growing investor appetite and key bullish signals from the Relative Strength Index and MACD indicators. To ignite a move toward the psychologically significant $300 mark, XRP needs to break resistance at $2.23 and then $2.50. If the spot market's bullishness continues and ETF news breaks positively, these levels may not be far off. However, not everything is rosy. On the derivatives side, open interest has dropped nearly 6.5% in the last 24 hours, and the long-to-short ratio remains below parity, meaning most traders are hedging for a potential dip rather than betting big on a breakout. With ongoing uncertainty from macro events like the recent NVIDIA-driven market dip and unresolved trade tensions with China, the market is still digesting risk. So where does XRP go from here? Key developments to watch. Will the SEC officially drop its case against Ripple, paving the way for regulatory clarity? Will futures and spot ETFs for XRP be approved, unlocking a flood of institutional capital? Can XRP close decisively above $2.30-ish, $2.50? and launch a run to 300 or beyond. Will global trade developments and Fed policy continue to sway crypto markets, or will crypto decouple and carve its own path? The coming weeks are set to be action-packed for XRP holders. Make sure you're staying alert to every update, because the outcome could redefine XRP's place in both the crypto ecosystem and the broader financial world. That's it for today's deep dive. What do you think? Will the SEC finally end the case? And will we see an XRP ETF this year? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this update, don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe to Crypto Millionaires for your daily XRP news, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Share this video with your fellow XRP fans, and together, let's unlock those crypto millionaire opportunities. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.